Folks, I made this, a copy of, in steel, of Picasso's Don Quixote. I made this in, it's 3/8 inch steel. I made it in 1970. I made this from the armor of a tank. I think my mosaics are a little bit different because I used pottery shards, and they have different thicknesses, and I tumble them so there's no sharp edges. No sharp edges. That's why they look a little bit weird, but I like weird. I've been writing all my life, ever since I was a little kid. Got boxes and boxes of little bullshit that I wrote. But in 2019, I had 50 copies made of my book, or a selection of stuff that I've written. Not a big selection, not a hardbound book. It's entitled When Dogs Talk. Copyright 2019. It has 3 chapters. Some of the writings in here go back to when I was about 14 or 15 or 16, and some are out of my 20s, and some out of the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Maybe even some 70s. But there is entitled Seeking God. When I'm in a hurry, I write. And the second chapter is Songs of Love and Passion and Youth. When I'm happy, I smile. When I'm sad, I sing. And the third chapter is It Didn't Seem Foolish at the Time. I sent 10 books to 10 relatives in 2019. I'm the youngest of 11, but some of the books went to cousins, one to an old friend. I got different reviews, sort of. One brother told me he'd burn it. He said it was devil talk. One of my sisters, the narcissistic one, wrote and said she was going to bring her Bible and try to save me. And one, after 2 years, she said she'd get around to reading it one of these days. Anyway, I want to talk about something else today. The names that people put to the different styles of stone tools, and it seems like they separate them to this one was first, this was second, and then 20,000 years this came along. Well, everything I'm finding blows that out of the water, because every one of these so-called patterns or names happens at once, when of course they weren't advanced 3 million years ago to know how to do all this stuff. But once you start splitting up a stone, there's always of someone who says, here's a better way, or here's a better way. Well, this better way finally came out, accumulated with enough knowledge that these folks knew how to slice stone, and Paleolithic method of slicing little pieces off the stone to make different tools. And blades. And knives. Uniface tools. Yes, there was some knapping involved in sharpening them, but the original slice of stone was razor sharp. These are all little knives. You know, a knife doesn't have to be very big. There's the little knife I carry. Some of these blades are bigger than that. And I get along alright with a little knife like that. So these would be considered big knives. And each could be hafted. Some are scrapers. And that is the volus, or whatever that word is. Now, this is an elephant. Right there. See the elephant on there? See, there's an elephant, and then there's an elephant. There's the trunk, the eyes, the ears. Well, this little guy is a cleaver. A cleaver. Bam, bam. And it got an elephant on it. But it's a tool that some call the Odawan. There it is. A Schulian. Here's tools that are miniature compared to big hand axes, but it's made the same way as a hand axe. And they named them a Schulian. These folks were very sophisticated. Just because they didn't have cell phones and cars and all that didn't mean they weren't sophisticated. Didn't mean they didn't think deep. I think they didn't have a bunch of noise to distract them.